morning, everyone. How are we this morning? Hi, Monique. Lovely to see you. Hi, Roz. Yeah, how's your husband going, Monique? Alrighty. So this morning, goodness me, I don't know if my glasses are dirty or if my eyes are weird this morning. So this morning we're going to have a bit of a play. So that's awesome. Only because I haven't really got anything sorted. It's been one of those mornings where, you get up and you start to, well, I got up late, which was a start. And then it was, we couldn't find one of our cats. And it's like, where can he be? So we searched and searched. And then I remembered I'd put some stuff into the spare room last night. Hi, Holly. And I said to Kevin, maybe he's in there. Went and opened up the door. There he was. So that was that. And then I remembered it was Tuesday and I was supposed to be doing a meeting. And I thought, I can't do the meeting. I haven't got anything sorted. So here we are. Just one of those days today. We never know. Sometimes you find that when you haven't got anything at all sorted, it all goes together quite well. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Hi, Mum. How are you this morning? Hi, Marlene. You must have gone out yesterday, Mum, did you? Went shopping, maybe? Hi, Leslie. So good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Okie dokie. So my name's Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Fraser Coast area of Queensland. So if you're needing any crafting products and you're in my area or even out of my area, as long as you're in my country, I can help you. So we've got the Shop With Me code up there, which takes you straight to the shop. Everything I'm using today is current, so you will be able to find it all in there if you need it. So many people already. Hi, Daphne. How are you? Lovely to see you. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop down to the desk because, like I said, I've got an idea in my mind, but whether it'll come together or not, I don't know. I'm hoping it will. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's go down and see what's happening down here. Hi, Karen. Oops. Oh, goodness me. Now my computer's throwing up all sorts of bits and pieces. There we go. All righty. So I'm going to start off with a piece of white. And I'm just going to cut a card base. So what I'm using today, before we start, is I'm using the Everyday Arches. I'm using the new Stone and Vine embossing folder, which is my very, very favourite. I'm using and I can never remember this, and I've put the label over, Thoughtful Journey 6x6 papers. They're absolutely lovely. So, and I don't know about anybody else, but I find you didn't go out yesterday. Oh my goodness, that's not good. What was I saying? I love the 6x6 papers, but I always end up with so many of them left, and I've got a whole bundle of them. So I thought, well, any way I can use some of them up, I will. No. So no dinner, or you had a cold dinner? So I am going to use the Unbridled Beauty today because it has the part in it that I think will go with this. Now, you're going to have to bear with me because, like I said, I haven't even thought about this too much, although I have thought about what I'm going to put on. All right, let's go. That's weird, Mum, that happened. So I'm going to cut my card base at 5 3/4 by 8. There we go. I've sort of reached that stage at the moment where I look at different stuff and I think, oh yeah, I'd like to do that, or I'd like to do that, and then yeah, I don't do it. Now the second card base, what do I want to do? I'm going to do it in white as well, so the first layer, I should say. So that's 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. Now this is the one that I'm going to put through the embossing folder. So that will sit on there. Now, which way am I going to do this? I'm going to cut out my I'm going to cut out my my arch first. Now, what I want to decide is I'm sort of going for a bit of a trompe l'oeil effect if I can achieve it, which, give me paints, I don't have a problem. Give me this, I'm not 100%, where'd that come from? Not 100% sure. Now, I don't know that that is going to be big enough to achieve what I want to achieve. So let me try the next size, but it's also got to fit. Oops. That would be better. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Lovely to see you. Hi, Tanya. All right, let me see if this will work. That is not going to leave me much of a border, but that's okay. And I think that might work better. All right, so I'm going to cut. What am I going to cut? Let me think. So that's going to be the outside. It's going to be the inside. That one's, okay. Yep. I'm going to cut this out of the white, and then if I think it's too big, I'll change it. But I think it doesn't matter because it's actually the window that we're talking about, and not anything else. So let's take everything off of there and just put the number 4 on there. I'm going to pop it at a bit of an angle. Now I need that to be pretty much in the center. So I might need my it's interesting because I can't see my paper. This one. Bear with me. And yeah, I'll cut it first because otherwise if I cut it afterwards, it tends to squash. What haven't I done? Oh, silly me. It's talking about embossing, so I set it up for embossing and I'm actually just cutting. Well, there you go. Yeah, cut it first. I told you we'd be playing this morning. Hi, Kerry. How are you? Lovely to see you. Oh, come out. Just trying to get that off without... Now, that's not leaving much of a border, but I think it will be enough. Let me have a look at this, because this has to go on there as well. I think that'll work. So now I'm going to put this through the embossing folder. I hope it doesn't curl up too much at the end there. So this is the beautiful Stone and Vine. I absolutely love this one. Now I can set it up for embossing. Whoops. All right, so that's what I've got. We've got that around the window. Now, I want a bit of a... Just trying to work out how I'm going to do this, because I'm going to put that on there, but I need to... This might be the way to do it. I might need to pop. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to cut another one of these. And you know, after I've done all this, I'm going to think of a much easier way, but that's fine. All right, so the reason I've done that is because I just wanted that little bit on the inside there, because I'm going to do some work on that. That piece I don't think I need. So I will need that one again. Let me... Yeah, that one would have been too small. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some blending brushes. So... And I think we will go olive. So around this one, it's a bit of a shame I've got that there, but never mind. I'm going to do grey. Now, I don't know whether to use grey granite, which might be an idea. Let me get out a piece of smooshy paper. Just want this too. Like I said, don't do that, Lorraine. We'll see how this goes. Kim. It is The Thoughtful Journey, Holly, yes. Thoughtful Journey? Oh, you got me thinking. Pretty sure that's what I said it was. Yep, The Thoughtful Journey. So I just want this to be, doesn't have to be equal at all. It just needs to have some colour to it. How did that happen? I must have had some on my fingernail. We'll just go a bit darker in that corner. It's all right. So I want to put that in there, and the other bit is going to stand up. So that's going to be interesting, but we'll see how we go. And remind me to sit forward, please, because I've moved my camera and I keep sitting back. Now, where's my green brush? There it is. With this one, I just want to pick up the ivy. So I'm just going to put a little bit of green on it. Yes, thank you, Holly, for that. I had to go looking to see what was still current and which wasn't, because like I said, I have quite a few of them. Done it again. Keep getting it on my fingers this morning. So what I wanted to do was just pick up the green around the outside of that, so that we've got the, move those out of the way for now. All right, now what I need to do, so that is going to go there, and that's going to go on the inside to give it a bit of depth, hopefully. Now I need to cut, and I'm going to cut the bigger one again, and I'm going to cut it out of this, which is our thoughtful journey. And I thought about there would be good. Still on your top 10? Yeah. Hi, Sue. Hi, Debbie. Let me just cut through here. We'll see if my little plan comes together, shall we? So I'm just going to pop that. Put that down. Put this around it so that it looks like it's outside, and then put this around the outside there. And I think that will work. Hi, Lisa. Yep, I like that. All right, so that is the plan, and I think it'll come together. Now I want to stamp on here. So let me get these out of the way for now. You know, when I came in here, there was a lovely breeze blowing through. Now the breeze has completely stopped. And so Unbridled Beauty, I'm going to use the little horses and the little house, because I thought I could pop the house here and the horses down here. All right, but I can't stamp it straight on there because otherwise we'll have the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it onto white, and I'm going to just color it. There's hardly any coloring there at all, and it's all going to be the same color pretty much. Well, not the house and the horses, but you know what I mean. So we'll pop the stat there, and we'll pop that there. Now the building I'm going to have in, I think, pecan pie, or will I do the horses in pecan pie? Yeah, I think I'm going to do the house in basic, or the shed or whatever it is in basic grey. And I'll fussy cut these. And I'll do the little horses. And this is going to be fun, isn't it? In pecan pie. So this was just a stamp set. There were no dies with it, unfortunately. Scissors Lorraine. There they are. Okay. Let me see what I can do with these. Ooh. They will have a little bit of white around them because I don't think I can get right to it. We've even got to try and see what they are. At the moment, they look like camels. Oh, my goodness. Ooh. So that's the little horses. My goodness, they do look tiny, don't they? Let's see, they might have to go up in the distance a bit more. And we'll have a look at the house. Barn, house, I think it's a barn, cottage, call it what you will. So that was going to go there, and then the horses were going to sort of go there. Let's see if this is working. I've got to colour them yet. I think it will. Oh, thanks, Holly. So I'm just going to put a bit of colour on those. I will use, what's that? That's Secret C. I don't need Secret C. What's that one? Dark pumpkin pie. That's Timid Tiger. Don't need that. Cajun Craze. I'm just trying to think of what colour to. I remember when I did the horses the first time. Peach pie. Let's do the horses with a bit of the peach pie. And because they're in the distance, I really don't have to worry too much about. And I might just add a tiny bit of green around here just to take that white away that showed that I'd fussy cut around it. So that's that, and then I'm going to do the house in what am I going to do it in? Maybe I will use some Secret C. Where's the light? Because I don't want to completely do it. I'm going to do some pumpkin pie or something on there as well. Let's take June Craze. This is dark pumpkin pie that I'm just going to put on here. in with that little bit of Secret C that looks black. Oh, is it? Have you got snow, Debbie? We can send some humidity, or I can send some humidity. Staying inside tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, good time for crafting. Yeah, housework will always be there. Doesn't matter how often you do it, there's always more. So then I'm just doing this in the lighter. I've put washing in. Which I'll probably hang up when I finish. I don't really want hubby to do it, but if he does, that's fine. And then I'll do a little bit of this green just around here as well. It's just so that it takes away from where I cut it. All right. I'm going to put those to one side. Oh dear. I must admit I love it when I go to England and it's cold. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the coloured piece down first, so the DSP down first. Then I'm going to put that. And then I'm going to put that because I want it to, yeah. So let me do that. Oh, see, it's pretty on the other side. These papers were gorgeous. I really wish we had the stuff for longer than we do. Because what happens is when the new stuff comes out, we all flock to use the new stuff. Make sure I got that the right way. And then the older stuff sort of gets put to the back. And then by the time you're ready to use it again, it's gone. Oh, and there was me yesterday saying that I thought I'd been notified that the bugs were back in stock, and they're not. Not yet. So I'm hoping it will come back in stock. If it doesn't, that's my fault for not getting it sooner, but hey, you get what you think you want to start with. Now this one I'm just going to put straight over the top of that. I want to put like lines across there. We'll just excuse this bit down here. I will do. Oh, here we go. Not straight. Too bad. No, it has to be straight. I should have put that down first, shouldn't I? All right. Quick fix. Oh, you are? Loving it? Can't honestly say. I don't mind washing. I have quite a few bits in there at the moment that I have to hand wash. Sorry, I'm cutting this out because I didn't put it straight on the card, and I'm certainly not going to cut the whole lot again. So we'll just cut this out and we'll put it on the new one when I cut a new base in a second. And I'm going to have to put the other piece down first. Right, let me cut a new base. I got I got a front loader. I've always had a top loader, and I actually like the top loaders. And now it's actually got a dryer built in with it. We've never used it. I would really like to go back to a top loader, but I have no, was it 5 3/4 by 8? I have no reason to get a new one. So I did sort of try the whole, well, I could use this one for the animal bedding. That didn't work. All right, sorry about this little delay, but there was no way I could fix that without doing this. Right, so this is going to go down first, and then that will go down. Yep. Let's do it. Our dryer at the moment is outside because it's so old. I think I might have told you before. It's so old, and it makes a heck of a noise. But in this house, there's only room for a dryer that goes on the wall. And because of the age of mine, it doesn't go on the wall. So we do have the dryer outside, which it still works, and it does seem a shame. But at the moment, I'm just washing, just doing washing when I absolutely need to. Right. Because this is flimsy, try and get it on there, square. I think that's about right. Oh, don't do that. Oh! Okay, it's staying there. I will get that the bit to one side. You can't move it. Remember for next time. All right. Now, this is going to fit into here, like so. I was going to raise it, but I don't think I will. Because if I raise it, I am, oh, will I? Hi, Ruth. Lovely to see you. Yeah, I'm up in Maryborough, Ruth. So, yeah, I know the feeling. I actually think I might pop that up. Let me see. I want a few in the middle here. Thank you so much for joining me. And the ladies will make you all very welcome. So I'm just doing this, and then what I'm going to do is cut some edges. I like using my edges where I can. So that one will go along the bottom. And then I need 2 for the sides. And I'm sure we can put a little twist on it. Look at that. There we go. And I'm just going to put another couple. Let's use my fingers for this. Just up around the top here. We don't want it sagging. We don't want sags. All right. So at least now I can remember for next time how I need to assemble this. Oops. All right. Stand up. And pop that down. There we go. So we've got that. Then we're going to put our little horses in here and our little cabin up there. And I'm going to change that green because it doesn't look right. So let me grab. It's just too different. Just tidy that up a little bit. A little bit in there. Don't realise how small these horses are when you just stamp them rather than when you try to fussy cut. So I'll put those there, and I'm thinking the horses down here, and I'll pop those onto some little bits of dimensionals. And really I'm going to use, very small pieces. Or if I, well, that's the actual card. Didn't come off. There we go. I should probably use minis. And then pop another little bit on there. Right, that should hold the horses. Hold the horses. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to pop that in there. Put that in there, and we'll pop the little house up. Keep calling it a house. I'm sure it's a barn. There we go. So that, my friends, is the front of the card. What do we think? Does it look like it's looking through a window? I'm going to cut an insert. Actually, before I do that, I'll put a little bit more green up in there. That's better. Who's Kim? You're suffering from too much sleep. You love it, Holly. You like it, Tanya. Oh dear, Kim, you crack me up. I'm sort of like, yeah, we should have. Anyway, it does look like a castle window, doesn't it? Like it sort of reminds me of some of the windows that we visited while we were over in the UK last year. Gosh, last year. It doesn't seem, well, it was what, 7 months ago. So I'm just going to do a 5.5 by 3 3/4. Let me do, I got 5.5, and let's do the 5.5 first. By 3 3/4. This is just for an insert. And I think what I'll do is I'll probably just, this is my bit of paper that I had before. I'll probably put it somewhere. Okay, I'm just going to do some green around the edge of here. I'm going to focus on that corner. This is just for to do. I'll put a message on the front. I'm not sure what I'm going to put yet. Maybe hello. Okay, so we've done that, and then I'm just going to take the pecan pie. I'm just going to stamp our little horses there. Do I need anything else? No, I don't think I will. I think I'll just leave it at that. And then pop these on the inside. Thanks, Roz. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I'm glad of that. Oh, dear. It's sort of, yeah. I don't know how the rest of you sort of, plan your cards or whatever, but I get an idea, and then after I've had the idea, I'm like, oh, and how am I going to make that work? And then what you've seen today is what I usually do before I bring it to the table. So, all right, now I want, oh, there's the piece of paper. What can we have on there? We can have sweet memories. That's nice. It might be too big though, because I'm thinking of putting it up there. Or do you think not put anything on the front? What do you think? Put something there? Oh, I like it. It's about the journey. But that would sort of have to go. It's not going to actually fit. Maybe I could just pop that in the middle, because I don't know that I want to put anything else on the outside there now. I didn't really think about that beforehand. I might just pop that in the middle, and here we go. Like, this is going to work first time, and I'm not going to have to put another middle piece in. And I'll just stamp it in grey granite, basic grey. Inside, yeah, that's what I thought, Holly. Just pop it inside. Now keep your fingers crossed, everybody. Ah, yes! Make sure my hands are clean. And there we are. That's my card for today. So using up the DSP, one of the ones that we have really put to one side because we can't use them anymore. So that was Thoughtful Journey. And using I'll put a couple of things on because I want to cover up that booty down there. Now, we can either go with something like we've been going with, which are these And look, there's the pressed flower motifs. Or we could go with, those are quite pretty. They've got quite a green effect to them, which might look nice. What are those ones? Low profile sparkle dots. There's some greens and that on there. Let's see, in colours. Oh, what about these? Cajun Craze. Just leave it as it is, Mum. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I quite like that Cajun Craze, actually. I like both of those, but I do like this one because it's got a bit of the green. Let's have a look, because we can always take it off, and I can't remember what these are called. So, but they're quite sparkly. So I was thinking maybe if we was to put one there, maybe. I don't want any sort of out the window, so I could even just do, so that would be those. Just put 3 up the side there, just for a bit of, move over. So I could do those, have a look at that one. Okay, now let me whip those off a minute. Oh, they stick quite hard. It's probably just taken the colour off that I put on there. Right, or we can have the Cajun Craze. So let's have a look at that one. Right, which did you prefer? You like it with these? I'm going to call those green and these Cajun. So first one up is what I will use. I do like that one. No takers this morning? Alrighty, what I'll do, I actually preferred this one, so I'm going to put that one on. Yeah, now you're all coming in. That's great. Thank you. Takes a little while, I think. I've noticed it when I post as well. It takes a little while sometimes for it to actually come through. So there was that one, that one, and that one. I just think that gave it a bit of like sunlight or sparkle or whatever you want to call it. There we go, everybody. That is today's card. It turned out nice. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah. I'm thinking I should have probably cut that bit of grass off of there because it looks like you've got grass sticking up in the air, but that's okay. I can sort that afterwards. So I absolutely love this embossing folder. You can do so much with it. The archway was more to sort of to make, someone said, the clearish ones, yeah. Someone actually said it looked like going through a castle window, which it absolutely does. And I think it worked out pretty much the way I liked it. So, bye, Mum. Ian's obviously coming home soon. So, yeah. Thank you so much. And that's just the centre. All right, let me come up to the top. There we go. So what happens, my brother comes home from golf at about 11, and Mum usually puts the kettle on and get stuff and the cups and that ready for when he comes home. And because she can't move quick, and she's got to try and get around her kitchen in the wheelchair, it takes a little while. Thanks, Leslie. She will enjoy her coffee. She would have already had her, she has hot chocolate when she gets up in the morning. So Mum has her little way how she works stuff in the during the day, mostly morning stuff, like she gets up and goes straight to the bathroom and has her wash, a shower, whatever she's having, does what she needs to do, comes out, gets dressed. Now that in itself takes her about an hour. So thanks, Sue. Alrighty, well, that's me for today. I will see you again tomorrow. Hopefully I've already got something sorted for you for tomorrow. Although, like making it on the fly works quite well. And it's a lot of fun too, because we get bits and pieces. Not the red. Oh, okay, Ruth, you meant the the Cajun Craze. Yeah, not a problem. We've gone with the green. So lovely. Thank you for joining us, Ruth. And anyone else? Sandra, you've been on before, I believe, but thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe and give me the thumbs up if you feel like it. I'm not pushing it. It's just that it does help us to get the channel out. Okay, bye everyone. Just remember, Suzanne's not on this morning. She'll be coming on later this afternoon. Alrighty, so we'll see you then. Bye for now.